Hello, everybody. We're getting started just a few minutes early because there's so many people registered for this. I figured I'd jump in and say hi. Welcome here from Chicago studios, and glad to have so many of you on with us today. We're going to be covering so many things, and I have actually some cool announcements to make of free stuff for you. So I know everybody always likes gifts. We have a new ebook we've revised on how to be an influencer, so we're going to give that out today. Some additional access. One of our clients who has a lead platform is allowing you a free trial to go get some new leads. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff. So it's good to see everybody on here. And we're almost sold out on our Chicago workshop. So as a gift, we're going to give some lucky person in today's webcast a $500 ticket to that workshop. And then you can use it for a workshop within the next 6 months too. So all kinds of cool stuff today, and some Starbucks gift cards. So those of you that are on early, the secret to winning is to engage in the questions area. So the more you engage, the more we put entries in and the more you win. So I know it's always fun to win some things and learn some things at the same time. We're all about having fun and inspiring you and helping you generate your influence. Hey, Shirley, how you doing? So just like Shirley just typed in, maybe type in and tell us where you're checking in from today. I always like to hear where people are at in the world. Oh, we have somebody in from Germany today. Welcome. We have Florida. Oh, I hope you guys are doing good there. Goodness, that hurricane looks crazy. We have Iowa. Welcome, Jennifer. We have Chicago. We have Atlanta. Welcome, Sydney. Kate, our influence manager, is from Atlanta. So we hear a lot. Hopefully you're staying safe there too. We have Mexico in. Welcome, Mexico, Canada. San Francisco, New York. Welcome. So those of you, Dallas, welcome. We love Dallas. Spent a lot of time between Dallas, Houston, and Austin. I think I've officially named all your big cities there, Andrew. So, but I love it out there. My wife's from Houston, so I love heading out to that area. There's not enough to see throughout that big state. So good stuff. So people that are just checking in, just type in where you're checking in from, and it's always good to hear from all of you. Actually, I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't believe how many people we had register for today's webcast. So good to have you all on today, and people are still logging in. So in the interest of time, oh, Lee's here from Houston. So there you go, Lee. So we have Lee and Andrew from officially from Texas on with us today. So welcome. We have about 1 minute to go before we go live, as people are still logging in. You know, technology isn't always our friend, even though it's how we're all connected today. So it's one of those things. So we're going to give everybody about 30 more seconds to keep logging in here, and they'll keep piling in. But those of you that are on time, I say we go ahead and get this thing rocking. So Jackson, it looks like we're recording, and we'll make sure everybody gets a copy of the recording. Yes, thanks, Shirley. Good to see you, and glad you're going to be at the workshop too. So good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get this show rocking. I'm just checking on my final controls. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so many of you have been to a lot of our LinkedIn classes, our How to Be an Influencer class. This is really part of the last year of effort of really helping each and every one of you, not just build a good profile or look good on Google. You know, we've given you all the roadmap and the secrets and the techniques and the ways to do that. Many of you have been to our workshops, you've been to our online classes. We hit a milestone about 2 months ago where we had our 120,000th student come through our program. So we're blessed to have so many of you be part of this. And some of you know we're actually have been on all 7 continents, but in 2 weeks, we're launching on the ground officially in Asia with starting off with Singapore and Malaysia. So Social Jack will be on the ground in workshops just like we are here. So it's an exciting time for all of us, and we couldn't do it without you because we get constant feedback. So those of you that are just logging in, we like to reward people for asking questions and typing things in, because the secret to being an influencer, first and foremost, is engagement. So we always talk about how to engage with your network and how to attract people to you. Now, a lot of you are in sales, and some of you I noticed are business owners, as I have a few in marketing and customer service. But at the end of the day, you'll hear us talk about social selling, and that is a key aspect to really attracting people to you, so you don't have to go get them. It's not as hard. So let's jump into a few cool things, and some of this will be repetitive for some of our regulars, but listen for the nuggets of new stuff. And then, of course, please keep engaging. Typing into the questions area helps you win some of those prizes as well. So how to convert connections to new clients. So we've talked about some other things, and then we want to monetize the network, and we'll talk a little bit about what that means. And we have 30 minutes allocated, but we'll make sure we stick around because we always have good questions. So those of you that don't know me, I'm Dean DeLisle, creator and founder and CEO of Forward Progress, and the creator of the whole Social Jack system. So if you, and Jackson will, Vivian Jackson is monitoring questions here, so he'll get you all set up there with cool stuff, so, and help you out. So now if you look at the fact that we, have listed in here financial services, insurance, many of you know I went from Merrill Lynch to CPA firm and all throughout technology throughout my career. And my passion really came with from my start in hospitality. So who here has worked in hospitality in the past? Like, I was bussing tables. So I always say, man, you meet other people that were bussing tables. It's like, the hustle, right? That you hustle for that dollar an hour plus tips. So that's why I've always been around events, and everything I've done has been associated with events, including social networks. So there you go. Jane used to be in catering. Yes. So I graduated into catering, and Roger was a busboy. So hard work, right? So what we want to do is make it easier and then to monetize our network. So we're going to give you this ebook, The 9 Things You Need Before You Log In, and sort of your business influencer survival guide. So we'll give you all that stuff at the end of today. Now, engaging with us, most of you are doing it, but just simply type in to the questions area. Some of you are already listening to us on the phone. Some of you have the mobile app for GoToWebinar, and then you also have the ability to switch between computer audio and phone call. So there you go. So you have all kinds of ways to engage with us, and we're recording. So all good stuff. So now we're going to move into a little bit of tactics and then how-tos. So social selling is really the methodology of developing relationships. And I was looking at a lot of your profiles and who you are, and so many of you are relationship marketing, and you might not even know it. Well, social selling is really leveraging that, building an intentional network, getting to be seen as a thought leader, and then pulling it around. So pulling it back to you so that you can get those people attracted into your network. And it doesn't have to be LinkedIn. We use LinkedIn all the time, but it's Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest, and Snapchat and Instagram. So it doesn't matter as long as you treat them and use the methodology. So the things I'm going to cover today can be applied across the board. So now with social networks, sort of want to get where people stand. So real quick, I just want to see, are you a business influencer? Ready? There's a yes, and Vivian will get you a copy of the presentation and the recording and the ebook and some other stuff. So on the screen, we have a question for you. Are you a business influencer? Let's just get a quick beat on this. We're going to leave only 30 seconds up for this. Let's get you look at Roger, is a proud graduate and student of our program. So he's got it down. Okay, good. So let's just get this example up. So in this part of who you are, as Roger stated in the chat area, we are all influencers. So the 18% that said no, we're not sure, next time we ask that, you are always an influencer. You're influencing business decisions, you're influencing sales, you're influencing the brand of your company and the brand of you. in the marketplace. And this is inching you toward a deeper level of thought leadership and making sure that everybody knows who you are. So there's a lot of reasons why social media has been beneficial, right? Your reputation, generating new business. Those of you who are in compliance, we have all kinds of cool ways to do it around compliance. But let's take it to the simplicity. Social media, LinkedIn, Snapchat, think of them all as just events. You're going to a big event and you're literally going there to meet people and to I was going to say take some home with you, but that doesn't sound right. But to leave the event with people and relationships so that you can develop business relationships and get known in those individualized networks. So thanks, Roger. So as you're meeting and networking, just like at this picture up on the screen here, yes, taking home relationships and connections. So that's why we want you to look at your network differently after today. We'll probably show this in a slide, but every single connection. So you meet somebody at this event, like what I have up on the screen here, and then all of a sudden, you have that one connection, but you have literally 8,000 connections behind that person. So that's the power of what you have. And we have a ton of statistics. We'll get you all the slides on this. I know some of you review these with your team members and things like that. But the power of being at a networking event and not having to dress up, get in the car and go, which I love doing at least 3 times a week. That's our best practice. But I love logging in every day and being at an event and thinking of the fact, oh, I can go and connect to Roger. Roger has a big network. And all of a sudden, if I want a referral, I can see who he's talking to and just ask for the introduction. Wow, did I just make that sound super simple? Yeah, let's get into some of that. Okay, so real quick, most of you have seen this chart 100 times, but I can't talk about it enough, that this existed before LinkedIn. So most of you, who's my big networkers out there? And I know Peter, Roger, Shirley, some of you are just really, I would say networking, I don't want to say beast, but just animals that you guys are nonstop. You know how to build a powerful network, a circle of influence, but you've been doing this for decades. So the thing is, what's the power of social media and how does it make that easier? Well, on LinkedIn, they used to show you this score, and I love bringing this up. You have 387 connections, and I was looking, most of you have more than 500 connections, but how many of them are really referral partners, bring you referrals, so with 387 good relationships in your network, let's say you target certain types of industries or people, you get 6.4 million professionals. That's more people than we can even possibly handle in a lifetime, let alone a single login. So let's talk about some tactics of how to just easily attract and monetize people in the network. So the first thing is prevent clicking just everywhere, because we're in a disruptive world where people market to distract you while you're talking to your friends and your connections and generating appointments. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's distract this person while they're in there, and you don't get anything done. So there's a couple of worksheets, and we're going to tell you how to get access to these worksheets, but there's a worksheet by which we teach you in our classes. 20 minutes a day is focused just on being with the people that matter. 20 minutes a day are just to be focused on the people that matter. Now, some of the people you already have and some of the people you need to get. And if you do this, you will instantly monetize your network. So we're going to show you a couple of power moves on this sheet that are taken from our bigger program and show you how to do some of these power moves and not only get the visibility, but also get referrals and appointments. And that's when the monetizing starts to happen. We'll also give you access to the social selling worksheet. Jackson, make sure when we show them how to get to Social Jack in the free version, we'll get these tools have public visibility. So we'll make sure we give you guys access to this. But the reason we do this is because in 20 minutes a day, like in this example, let's say you'll log in for 3 minutes a day. You don't even want to give us 5 minutes. So your weekly appointment goal is 10. So there's a formula by which you spend time with people, just like at an event or at Starbucks, and you generate a referral from that. Okay. And if you're generating good targeted referrals, you should be able to fill your pipeline. So don't get a headache on this. We're going to give you instructions. There's a video how to use this. But what if you could get a referral for every 5 minutes of LinkedIn activity? Would that be helpful? A referral, a qualified targeted referral for every 5 minutes of activity. I know Shirley's like, yep, I'm in. And Shirley, you're coming to that workshop, so you're going to practice this as well. So now, first and foremost, make sure you look good. So one of the things we study is what's called a bounce rate. A bounce rate. Bounce rate means, so many of you know this, my marketers know this from websites, we are tracking the fact that there is over an 80% bounce rate on LinkedIn profiles. What does that mean? Well, that means that somebody goes up to your profile and they don't see the person they thought they were going to, just like a website. If you click on an ad for shoes and you go to an electronics store at Best Buy, you're going to be like, I'm in the wrong place. Well, what if they're looking for an attorney? Or what if they're looking for a chiropractor? What if they're looking for a health solution or an M&A advisor, or whoever you are? And they get there and they feel like they're at the wrong place. And actually, what's crazy about this is about 50% of those are referrals. So just imagine somebody refers you. Where are they going? They're going to go to Google and they're going to go to your profile. So make sure you have what you do. How do you help people? Who are you? Why and how do you do it? And what do you want and what do you need? So make sure you have that. So take it, we'll get you a copy of the screenshot. So before you go in, make sure you complete your profile. This is the very first conversation you're going to have without being in front of someone on social media. So you're at an event, just pretend you have a stunt double and they're there. You would easily give your elevator pitch. You would easily talk to that person and really get them flipped over. So be clear. How are you going to help those people and what do you do? Okay, now let's say you got your profile rocking and rolling. I've got so many videos out there. There should be no excuse for not having a good profile. So let's say your bounce rate is awesome. You're at a good level. People get it. They know who you are. Your headline's good. Power move one is what we call the home page scan. I call it the ultimate networking event because you don't have to go anywhere. You pick up your phone, you go to LinkedIn, there's a news feed. What do? Right? So sometimes it's overwhelming. Do you ever scroll and go, I don't even know what I'm doing here, or you like a few things and then you leave. And we call that, being a likeaholic because you're not sure, you're not really developing any relationships. So what we want you to do is go in there with the intent of looking for your very best relationships and networks of relationships, and focus within just a 5-minute period of just engaging in there with not just the intention to but to get into a conversation. So here, if I go, Mary has, we were at this awards dinner and I just posted this up, and Mary said, congratulations to all of our award winners. Well, if I'm a likeaholic, I'm going to like this, move on, no intent to meet at all these people that are tagged in here, all these companies, all these groups. But if I really want to be known in this network, I'm going to start a conversation with Mary, but not just with Mary. There's already 2 likes on this post within a short period of time. And now all of a sudden, I'm going to get into conversations, just like at a networking event. I'm building trust, visibility, credibility with this group. Mary's going to talk back to me. Every time there's an exchange, boom, 8,000 people see it. 8,000 people see it. Is that crazy? 8,000 people on average see those interactions. So make sure when you open up your homepage, you can whittle this down, but make sure you're really talking to the people that matter. Super important. That's probably one of the hottest tips today. Slow down, spend time with the people that matter. Don't always go to the same people. And those of you that are our Social Jack students and graduates, remember, use your social team. If you guys Google social teaming, you'll be able to find some of our worksheets out there, but you want to really spend quality time with your social team as well as your pipeline. So if you're going to go see someone or you just met someone, Absolutely make sure you connect with the people that matter, that have the networks that contain those targets that you want. Does this make sense? Give me a yes if you guys are with me. If you have questions, ask them, and I'll stay late because this is super important. One thing is, I always want to understand where people are at. And so, we want you to know your story. So when you're talking to somebody and they see you, um, like I mentioned my hospitality background, and I went into Merrill Lynch, and we built some rapport with my fellow bus people that are in here, and catering people, and so that built a connection. You're like, some of you were like, wow, I didn't know, I did that too. There's like that connection that we make with people. So your story is super, super, super important. So make sure you have that story as part of your profile. Sorry, I left that piece out. And there's just so much. I was up last night and this morning going, what can I leave in? How can I finish in time? Look, it's already 17 after. I'm being told to move along here. Okay, power move. Another power move is the conversation. So what we want to do, and we talked about this a little bit, is to go deeper. But one of the best things you can do. So Vivian, if you are in there and you're having a conversation and you really want to make someone feel good, actually, let's talk about this for a minute. So have you ever had a post that you put up, some posting that you put up on your page, and nobody liked it? What was the primary emotion? What did you feel as that primary emotion? Let's get a couple of emotions typed in here. Like, you put up a great post and you thought it was amazing. And what would happen? Yeah, sad, right? Yeah. And I was like hurt, right? So you're like, why me? Disappointed. Well, it's not you. There's a lot of stuff going on. In fact, I'll even like post it again, like maybe nobody was logged in, right? So Kathy, I'm right there with you. So in this, that's how other people feel. Now, when you've had the post, and we'll just even say not counting the birthday post because that almost doesn't matter. But when you have a post and you get like 20 likes and you get a couple of comments and you're like, wow, what's that emotion? What does that feel like when you get that level of participation? Yeah, Sydney's like pumped. Yeah, it's like awesome. It's like, wow. Well, we want you to have that. Sometimes it just makes your day. It's like changes your whole attitude. So we want you to make your network feel that way, or give them that kind of attention, and then have that kind of level and so this is why you want to get conversational, and don't want to always be announcing things or telling things. So remember, at a network conversation, you get into a dialogue. So remember that when you're doing the likes or the comments, and this is any social network, be in a dialogue with that person. Now, if you want to really be a rock star to that person, what if you had a post and you got some likes and comments, and then you found out, Shelly, that I shared it with my network, and my network has about 62 million people in it. And I shared it with my network, and I said, this is an amazing article from my healthologist friend, Shirley, and she really has some great tips. I like number 2 on this list. What do you guys resonate with? How would that make you feel that I shared it with 62 million people? So now when you think of the power that you have as having a network, and you take a moment today and you share something that you learned from somebody in your network that has an amazing network, the relationship goes up 10 times. Does this make sense with everybody? Is everybody with me on this? This is like a huge deal. Yeah, super powerful, Roger, right? So I want you to practice that today. So you're being a thought leader, you're sharing content, you're moving into that next level, and now all of a sudden you're helping someone feel good, feel great, actually, as Roger would say. Um, so yeah, and yes, and then Sydney, remember, at the healthcare company, when they're sharing articles, we do a ton of healthcare work. Make sure you're starting a conversation. You're not telling people what to do. You're engaging in an open-ended conversation, soliciting a verbal response besides a yes or a no. Okay. So how does this resonate with everybody? Yeah, so this is something everybody can do today, right? I want you to put this into practice. Let's keep moving. I got so much stuff. And then I'm going to give you some extra things that you can use as part of building your business. Now, I'm sure some of you have not heard of scagging yet. This is something new to some of you, but a lot of our people do. Scagging dictates that I'm going to go into a network of a colleague that I know very well. And I'm going to go in and let's just see if I can even, I'm not even sure if I can get to this fast enough for you. I'm going to go into their network. Let's just go to LinkedIn. I'll go to, let's see if I can go to Mary. I'll go to Jim. I know Jim Connolly has, so now this person has to have an open network. It has to be targeted. And you notice when I highlight his connections, I can see connections. Let me just blow this up a little bit for you. I can go in and I can actually build a filter to search within Jim's network. And I can ask for CEOs. I can look for by location. I could go, I just want people in Chicago. And I could go have lunch with Jim. Or if I know I'm going to see Jim, and I can request people right out of here. Now, let me tell you where this falls down. So you scan Jim's network. You connect with Jim. You go, Jim, I need to talk to you. Let's have coffee. Let's get together. You ask for the referrals. And then Jim goes, I don't know him that well. So always have a plan B, always have a backup plan. The problem is people don't go for the get. This is a sales thing too, and training, basic sales training, Roger. I know you teach this. You must not only ask, but you must get. So the scan I'm showing and the filter capability is not just a premium feature, although you get more lead with the premium feature, right? And don't just ask for the business, Roger. Have the intent to get. So if they say they don't know the person, if they say they don't know them as well, who's the next person you're going to ask for? I actually show up with 5 names in my pocket. Now, this humanizes the request. So that means that you were able to ask. And here's a way to cheat. So let's say you can't get to their network as easily. Let's just show the fun way to cheat on this. So if I go back and I'm in Jim's network, one thing I can look at is his activity. Who's engaging with him? They must know him based on the way that they talk. So there we can actually look at who's engaging with him and jump in that way. And again, I wish I could teach you this. We teach this in our workshops in depth. Or you can go to his skills. You guys remember skills? You can only endorse somebody for a skill if they're a connection. So now there's 42 people in leadership development that have endorsed Jim. Well, let's just go find a couple good referrals for ourselves. How about that? Did you know that? So there's another way in the network. How many people like that one? There's another way. We call that the end around, right? Coming in through the skills. Did you guys like that one? Who liked that one? I know. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Roger. Thanks, Shirley. All right, and we got Sydney. So, and Jennifer too. Jackson, we might have to give away some extra prizes. We got a lot of engagers here. So this is the secret, right? 5 minutes. Could you imagine doing this just within 5 minutes? You guys would be like rocking it. No, not only for premium. You can see this no matter who you are, Shirley. So as long as they're showing their skills or showing their network, you can go in there and take a peek. Okay. Don't forget to convert. Ask and get. Okay. So I'm going to show a couple of other demo items and things like this, but real quick, I just want to make sure you're taking it away. So of the things I've mentioned today, what's the most important next move for everybody? And then Jackson's going to pick at least 2 Starbucks winners. And then I'm going to do a poll and we'll pick a winner out of that for the $500 gift card here. So are you going to fix your profile first because you don't want the bounce rate? What's more important? Are you gonna now engage a little slower and a little deeper with your network? Are you gonna maybe add more people that are more relevant to your network? We didn't even talk about that. Are you going to engage slower? Yes, Jennifer has it. Profile and engage slower. In that 5 minutes, who's gonna scag? Who's gonna scan, ask, and get, right? Scagging is so much fun. Just don't Google that word. There's some word definitions in different urban dictionaries, but we love it here. So Lee, you go scagging all you want. So, all right. So Jackson's going to pick me a couple winners. While he's doing that, let's cover a couple of things. Okay. So I have a client who has offered to give you guys access to a lead scoring system. Now, I didn't even talk about lead scoring. So we, in our CRM, we'll score our leads or our referrals. Who does this as an A, B, C, or D, you know, and they have different definitions. But what if you had an independent scoring system that told you the value of the business in the marketplace, so you knew if they even had enough money to actually if they even had enough money to pay you? Wouldn't that be nice to know ahead of the meeting? So you could actually see where the company was, what their score is. You could search and connect to companies, and you notice there's a LinkedIn button on your screen, right? So you could go and say, I specialize in companies that are 2 to 5 million. They're in Houston and Los Angeles. Those are my two cities. I think we have somebody from Houston on today. Maybe it's Houston and Dallas, because you guys are going to partner. And then I want to just go by business sector. I like hospitality or manufacturing or construction. Wouldn't that be cool to just click on a few buttons and then click on the LinkedIn button and then go for what I taught you today of how to get the referral? How many people would like instant access to that? So what they've offered is not only do you get access to that system, to all those leads, and there's over 1 million scored companies, you also get their prospecting report on the company. So you could walk in and go, hey, I'm the consultant. I'm just telling you, you have a TiVo score out here that shows the value of your company, and I'm here to help. Right, Jennifer? So you're like, wow. So super cool. So real quick, I'm only going there, and it's first come, first serve. So I'm going to put up a poll. Would you like 5-day trial to this marketplace? And honestly, folks, I'm going to tell you a secret. If you wanted to be a partner of theirs, it starts at like $59 a month or something like that to have access to all 1 million companies. So I don't have time to tell you anymore, but I'm just going to say, here's the poll. Click on it. Yes, I want immediate access. I'll have Carla get a hold of you. Yes, I can do this about a week from now. Or yes, put me on the waiting list. Now, one of the other things we've done is Jackson and the team. Some of you are members of socialjack.com. Some of you are not. It is not a LinkedIn business or company. It is our business. If you go to socialjack.com and you actually go and you click on member login for this week, if you're not a member, you can actually access a whole bunch of shows, an ebook, some training, and all those sheets that I talked about for a very short period of time. Oh, and I have my winners. I have 3 winners for Starbucks gift cards. Okay, so here we go. That's 40% of you have clicked that you want access to the lead system. Okay, there you go. So we'll make sure you get in there right away. And if you think about it afterwards, just send us a message. We're pretty easy to get a hold of. All right, there you go. Okay, now, so now if you go to SocialJack, right, and you go to socialjack.com and you want to just scroll to the bottom, you can download the ebook. Or if you click on member login, you can also get access. You can also get access to about, I don't know, Jackson, was it about 40 or 50 or 60 or 100 classes in there. So it's all you can eat buffet. It's like you're at the casino. All you can eat buffet. Don't gamble. Go in there, grab what you need, and start generating some business. All we ask is give us a shout out on social media. So I love Social Jack. And if you want, our channels are on the bottom. But if you go to Get Social Jack on Twitter, you join us on Facebook or LinkedIn, please just say, I love Social Jack. And you actually, if you're on social media, we give away social media prizes too. But we're helping you develop your influence. So speaking of influence, and I'll take a couple other questions and then we'll announce our winners. I'm sorry, I'm running over by 2 minutes. I promise I'll get these prizes in. So how to be a LinkedIn business influencer is on October 25th. A lot of you are already coming. So if you want half off, we have about 8 seats left. If you want to come and you want to network, you generate referrals in the workshop. Okay, this one is not online, but it will be next year. But if you go to socialjackinfluencer.com and you use Dean50, you will get half off. And that's only for the people that can hear my voice right now. Dean50. So if you're in Chicago, can make it to Chicago on the 25th. We've got a full room almost, and we're going to sit you at a table full of people that you want to meet. You're going to build a network. You're going to build your influence. You're going to build your story. And you're walking out of there with appointments. It's like that cool. And then we have a lot of fun, and we celebrate and have Lou Malnati's pizza and wine and beer and stuff afterwards. But if you want to go to this, I'm going to just put up a quick click here. Do you want us to save you a seat? There's 3 options. Yes, for sure. Yes, need to check my calendar. Please put me on the waiting list. Now, of all the people that click on this, we're going to select a $500 gift card winner. Now, I can't see who's clicking on here until after this is over, but just click on whatever one best is appropriate, and then we'll email you today of who the $500 winner is, and then Jackson will put the winner's name in the autoresponder so that everybody knows who won. Okay, so it's a $500 ticket. And you can use that for here in Chicago for this workshop or the next workshop that comes online or is in another city. Okay, yeah, Shirley, I know you're going for sure. And Cindy, I think you're going. So so there we go. So we have, most of you have all clicked on something. So, okay, so Jackson, let's talk about our winners. And then I have a chart here that I'm going to show the difference between the 3 versions of LinkedIn. Again, we don't work for LinkedIn, we just help you. So our 3 winners today, okay, for Starbucks gift cards, Sydney Blankman, Vivian Lara, and Jennifer Knoll. Congratulations to all of you. Now, here's the rules. So I'll come back to this chart. So here's the rules. Your assignments are to fix your profiles, look good. So you had a commitment to do something. Please follow through and do your commitment. So Sydney, Vivian, and Jennifer, you're going to get a Starbucks gift card. You must, when you have that cup of coffee, be with someone and actually share something that you learned that has helped you with the people in that cup of coffee with you. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to do that? You have to commit to doing that. That is our pledge to help each other become influencers. Okay, and make sure you teach them about having meaningful conversations, slowing down a little bit, and just being present with people. Okay. And I think I'm answered most of our questions here. And then real quick, those of you, Jennifer, okay, you've all said yes. Nice. Okay, cool. So now if you want to, just a couple of quick things on LinkedIn. I had a question about this, so I'm just going to cover this. LinkedIn account version's free. You can see the last 5 people when you look at who's viewed my profile. When you go to premium, it's the last 90 days. In-mails per month. That's how I can send you an in-mail if we're not connected. No, we don't, Lee, we don't have this. Oh, the spreadsheet that I showed is actually going to be when you go to log into SocialJack for free. So you can go in there and grab that spreadsheet there. And all the other worksheets are in there too. You go to Premium Business Plus, you get 90-day, or you can send 15 messages to people you're not connected to, and then 20 with Navigator and 30 with Navigator Team. Now, these do accrue, so you build them up for 3 months. You could send 45 if you have the premium. Okay. Now, remember, you should probably take our training and not pay for premium until you're using the basic, because there's a lot of cool things we teach you in basic that you don't have to pay for. No, when you go to member login, Jennifer, I'll show you a trick here. We just opened this up for a very short period of time, but if you click on member login, look at that. You get, I'm not logged in, but you can get access to all this cool stuff down here. So you can get access to certain things, not everything, but to certain things. So you can get access to how to fill an event with influencer marketing. You can get how to rock your personal brand. You can get access to learn more about the scoring system. And then we have all these guests that we've interviewed on every possible thing you could imagine. So there's plenty of stuff to learn in here and download. So just go to SocialJack and click on the member button there. Member login. Don't forget at the bottom, you can download the ebook without even going to that member login. Pretty cool. You're like, Dean, you gave us so much today. Thank you. All right, so now we go in and then the last thing on the chart here, really has to do with finding leads and getting network access and what we call diving into people's networks. So when you go to Social Jack for free, I encourage you to look at the last 2 webinars and we get into a little more detail on that. So the team program, I think, Roger, is you have to call for pricing on that, but I think it's a minimum of 5 or 10 people, and I think it's $800 a month. So you don't shave a ton of money off of there, but you get some discounts for that. So okay, so did everybody learn at least something new out of here? So let's see, what else do you need? So let's just put this up and then I'll cut everybody loose. So if you need LinkedIn profile build services, click on the first one. If you need scouting and drafting and you want us to log into your LinkedIn and set appointments, click on the second one if you'd like. We have very aggressive low-cost coaching programs, one-on-ones or group coaching. We'll come into your company and do training, so click on that third one. If you just need content like blogging and press releases and all that cool stuff, do that on the fourth one. And if you want monthly social media thought leadership posting, do that as well. We also, if you look on Social Jack, we have a 90-day thought leadership development program, influencer development program. Let me just show this real quick. This is cool. So if I close this out, let me just show this super fast. Go here. This is something you should talk about. Even if you don't use our program, use the steps we have in here. Packages, influencer, go to influencer development, the second choice. And this program is a 90-day program where you start, you go from wherever you're at to wherever you want to go in 90 days. So we help you build your profiles, develop your story, build your network, do coaching and training with you, and we launch you into the interwebs, and then you can stay on with us, or we teach you how to take the keys and drive yourself to a next level of influence. How about that? So go to Social Jack, click on packages, and you'll see influencer development. I know a lot of people are going, I didn't know you had that. I know we should probably talk about that more. Okay, so is everybody good? Everybody's got their takeaways. You have what you're doing. You have what you committed to. Sorry it ran over about 8 minutes here. Make sure you connect with us on social media. We have a powerful network. If you want to meet somebody, you want to be introduced, and you can't make it to one of our workshops, just go, hey, you know what? Can you help me? Can you help me meet somebody? Can you help me meet this person? We'll do what we can to actually help you out. And Sydney's can't wait. It's the quote of the day. Can't wait to use what I've learned here today. Can you post that on social media for me, Sydney? That would be amazing. See, that's where you actually help each other. So anyway, and then you'll be seen in our network, which is even cooler. So you'll actually be seen by millions of people by doing that. So thank you everybody for helping out. We appreciate when you engage with us on social media. Cindy loves the skag and really help each other. So remember, even if you didn't win the Starbucks, go share what you learned with somebody today so that you can help them develop their influence and be better for themselves. And we can help just make a better place for each other in the world. So go out there and be a thought leader and rock and roll it. And then we'll let you know who won as soon as we can pull these names. We'll let you know who won the actual $500 gift card. So thank you so much to everybody, and we will see you online. Take care, folks.